Hi, singers. Welcome back to the Sing Confidently Live Creatively podcast. Estelle here. I'm a singer, actor, and vocal coach here to help you build confidence as a singer and performer. And today we're talking about breath support made simple. This is our breath support made simple series. I'm here every day this week, Monday through Friday, giving you some tips for developing your breath support and making it so simple and easy so that it's literally not something that you're overthinking because I want you to not overthink the breath so that you can not worry, but focus on the singing of it all. So, we're doing a virtual group class for adults happening on Monday, June 8th. Yes, Monday, June 8th. I would love for you to join so that you can actually implement what we're talking about in real life with a song that you're working on if you want to, or you can just learn from others. And we're going to do some different exercises and talk through what we actually need for breath support. And I'll answer questions. It'll be great. Okay. So I would love for you to join. You can go to creativelybyestelle.com/collective if you'd like to join. It's just an open invitation. So no pressure, but if you're curious about it, if you've never taken a voice lesson before, this is a great way to start. It's way less expensive than doing a one-on-one lesson, but also a great way to get that training that you need, learn some of the fundamentals that you need to really develop as a singer. So breath support is one of those things. Today, I'm doing breath support 101 part two. So I did 101 yesterday, but I felt like I kind of rushed through the most important part, which is really the exhale. So I want to dig into that a little bit more and go through the exercises I mentioned yesterday with you. So we're actually going to implement them today a little bit more. So yesterday we talked about on the inhale how you're going to relax on the inhale and expand. So expanding the belly, relaxing and releasing the pelvic floor a little bit, feeling that nice easy inhale. Now, on the exhale, we did talk about this yesterday. On exhale, I want you to think engage, okay? Inhale, expand slash relax. And exhale, I want you to focus on engaging. Now, I want you to engage your abdominal muscles, your belly muscles, right? The muscles in your belly. And it's not just in your belly, really. It's also on the sides of your abdomen and even into your back, really. So you can, that's kind of taking it a little further, but that's really how far we kind of want to go as singers, especially if we are wanting to get the most amount of, support as we're singing. So really, what I started to explain a little bit yesterday with support, what we're actually creating that we describe as support is resistance to how quickly your diaphragm, which lowers when we inhale. When we breathe in, the diaphragm flattens a little bit. It flattens out and it lowers a little bit as well. And when we take that nice deep, low inhale, it can lower even more than it might usually when we regularly are breathing in and out to live. And then when we exhale as singers, we create resistance by slowly releasing and relaxing those belly muscles so that they can, or engaging those belly muscles so that they can slowly come in towards our belly button or a belly button towards the spine. So bringing the belly in and up even. So as we are slowly engaging the core, slowly engaging our abdominal muscles, we're actually creating resistance to how quickly our diaphragm goes back up to its normal spot and our air is released from our lungs. Okay, I just feel like I rushed that yesterday, so I wanted to make sure I made that explanation clear. So you're bringing those abdominal muscles in towards your spine, belly button towards spine. All those muscles are coming in more towards the center of your body. And as that's happening slowly and steadily, as you're singing out on whatever note that you're singing, what's happening is you're resisting how quickly your diaphragm is snapping back up to its normal spot and how quickly you're releasing your air. Okay. So, another thing to think about is making sure that this entire time we're not causing too much tension around our neck. So, we want to keep our shoulders relaxed and back. And keeping the chest open is also helpful to create resistance. So, I think of keeping the chest open because that's an easier way to put it versus saying keep the ribs open. But really, you're trying to keep the ribs open. But normally, we're not thinking about like what are my ribs doing. So I feel like it's easier to think about the chest because that's more external, like the chest wall, right? But of course, the ribs are surrounding your lungs, right? And when we are able to keep those rib muscles, so there are multiple muscles that are there that are uh, when we're breathing in, those muscles are open, and then as we breathe out, we tend to kind of just like collapse, but we don't want to collapse too much, so we want to keep the ribs open. Okay, so one way to, or actually two ways that we talked about yesterday to kind of experience this engagement in the core, which is what we're focusing on, is the dog like pant. We talked about panting, and then we talked about a belly laugh. So we're going to do both of those, and then we're going to do a little singing exercise as well. So the pant goes like this. You're just going to stick your tongue out like you're a dog, and you're just going to go, right? Breathing out quickly. As you do that, can you feel those muscles in your belly? Can you feel that, like them coming in, almost like you're doing a sit up? You can feel that they're like kind of coming in every time, right? So that's a great way to get that awareness of what's happening in your core as you're releasing air in that kind of sharp way. Another way to do that is to sharply release air on a belly laugh. Like when we're laughing and we're really, really laughing, we're like, ha, ha, ha. And we call it a belly laugh because you feel it in your belly, right? Ha, ha, ha. Can you try that? Ha, ha, ha. Right? You can feel those muscles in your belly engaged as well. So that's another way to just direct your attention to that. Now, both of those are great because you're releasing a small amount of air on just short spurts, right? Ha, ha, ha. Or you're just releasing a lot of air on short spurts. And we're going to do that on this exercise I really like as well. I learned this from my teacher, one of my professors. And I use it all the time because it's a great way to help us as singers and wherever we are in our journeys to experience airflow versus air pressure, which we're going to talk about over the next couple of episodes. But this really helps us to experience that right amount of air while also noticing what our core is doing and how engaged we are in our abdominal area. And so let's start right here. Let's keep it not too high yet. So this is right around like mid-range for most vocalists. If you're singing up the octave, you'll be up here. If you're singing down the octave, you'll be down here. So we're gonna say ha 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 ha. Okay, that's what we're gonna sing. Ha 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 ha, or ha 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 ha. Okay, and then we're gonna keep going up half steps. And I want you to focus on feeling that engagement in your belly, keeping these short and quick. But just notice if you are feeling that engagement in your belly and even on the sides of your belly as well, and the sides of your abdomen. Here we go. 1, 2. Ha, 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 ha. Feel the engagement. Ha, 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 ha. 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 One more. Ha, 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 ha. Ha, 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 ha. All right, how was that? Oh, there's my alarm. Time to go. I hope that you enjoyed that. I hope that helped you to notice what's actually happening in your abdominal area. Were you able to feel that engagement? Did you feel that strong core? Did you notice whether there was any temptation to lift your shoulders and to get tension around your shoulder and neck area? Just notice. Did you notice that you were kind of slouching and collapsing in on your lungs a little bit in your chest there? Or were you able to keep the shoulders back and your chest open? Just notice, okay? This is all about noticing at this point because again, this is 101. I'm not really digging into like what are the different muscles? I don't really want to get to a lot of technical terms. I want to keep this so simple for you because honestly, we don't need to overthink this as singers, but we do need to know how to at least have the fundamentals of it. So making sure that you've practiced what we talked about yesterday, how to inhale with that release and expansion. And now I want you to focus on making sure you practice how to engage as you exhale. Use that ha 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 exercise. It's a great way to notice every single day. Okay. You should be, hopefully you're warming up every day. Add that to your warm up. You can also do just the dog pant or the just belly laugh to just notice where your muscles are engaging or if you need a little bit more of that support. Okay. Now, tomorrow we'll talk more about air pressure versus airflow and how we can actually do this on long held notes. So, not just on short notes like we did today. So, I hope this helps. Make sure you sign up for the virtual group class if you haven't already. So that way we can do this together. Okay. This is your opportunity to really implement this, what we're learning about breath support, with a song that you're actually working on so that you can hear how it works with your unique voice. It's also a great opportunity to learn more and to hear it more. Sometimes we need to hear kind of the same things in different ways and repeat it again and again for us to really get it. And sometimes working with a teacher can be a great way to hear it in a way that works for you, and you can ask questions, you can get real life responses versus like on the podcast, I can't really give you a specific response to your specific issue that you're having as a singer. So I would love to see you in the group class. You can go to creativelybyestelle.com/collective or click the link in the show notes. And I would love to see you there. Have an amazing day, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Thank you so, so much for listening to today's episode and to this show. I'm so in awe of you for being here and showing up for your creative gifts. That takes courage. Don't forget to join the performing arts community on Facebook for support and inspiration as you continue on your journey. If this episode helped or inspired you in any way, please leave a review on Apple Podcasts and share it with someone. It means so, so much. Thank you again, and don't forget to keep singing, acting, dancing, performing, and living creatively. Talk to you next time.